I just woke up. Good morning. I need to get ready for the day because I want to take some photos of my art to update my website. I don't think that I'm going to be able to start the process of editing those photos just because I don't have an editing program. I think that Photoshop's really expensive, so if you guys have like any alternatives that I could use that essentially don't cost any money and that would still keep my file sizes as big as they are, please recommend. Anyway, I'm gonna do that and that's probably it. Like, I'm going sailing later. Sailing is just this random thing that I have recently got into. My friend's dad has a boat and we're just going sailing all the time. It's been really fun. Anyway, let's get ready. Let's start photographing. And yeah, hello, it's voiceover Sarah here. I just wanted to chime in and give a bit of information about my process for this. I'm using the Canon Rebel T4i and I'm shooting my photos in RAW format, which is the biggest file size I can have. I have my f-stop as low as it can go, which for me is 3.5. My shutter speed I like to keep between 50 and 60, and my ISO I like to keep between 100 and 800. And I adjust the shutter speed and the ISO depending on the lighting. As you can see, I'm taking measurements of my pieces as I'm photographing them. I'll need all this information once I put everything up on my website. Right now, a lot of these paintings don't have titles, so I'm just writing down little jot notes so I can remember which painting is which size. For me, titles don't need to be such a big deal. I like to be really chill about titling my work and not stressing about it. Instead of thinking about it like, this painting's gonna have this title forever, so it has to be a good one, I like to think about it more like giving the piece a temporary name. That name can change over the years if I don't end up liking it. There's no rules in art saying that you can't change titles of your pieces, so I like to be really flexible about this. Anyway, if you guys ever have any questions about photographing work and I can answer them, I definitely will, so feel free to ask. You know what the funniest part is of owning a dachshund is that every single person that knows you always wants to give you a mug that's dachshund related. Look at this mug. Not that I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. I would never do that. But I have a lot of dachshund mugs. That's all I'm saying. So I just kind of wanted to come on here and talk about something that, I don't know, I guess I've just been kind of thinking about. I've been posting a lot of shorts lately. They've been getting good views, and we love that for me. It's amazing, perfect, wonderful. I've gotten a lot of questions about what the meaning is behind my work, and my response to that has just been, I don't really like talking about that too much, just because I feel like it takes away the opportunity from someone else to connect with the work. And I think that goes for all art, like that goes for music, that goes for like everything else. Once artists kind of start talking about what the work means to them, then I think it kind of removes someone else's ability to impose their own meaning on it, which is why I don't really talk about it too much. That being said, I don't mind talking about my process. In a lot of my other videos, I've already talked about my process anyway, and I feel like talking about your process informs the meaning of your work. Essentially, like, I'm already kind of talking about the meaning, but I also don't think that people need to read art that way. They don't need to know the artist's process in order to connect with art either. What I will say about my work is that I use old family photos as the references for my paintings. I also use found photos too, and I'll get into that in a minute. A book that I've mentioned before on this channel that has really influenced my work is called On Photography by Susan Sontag. And in that book, she talks about photography acting like a document. And that's also how I kind of like to think about photographs. Of course, a photograph isn't the whole truth. It's basically just a subjective truth that someone else is trying to depict, and it's the same thing with paintings. It's very subjective. So I'm essentially taking something subjective and creating something else that's subjective from it. Anyway, like I was saying, I also use found photographs. I used to go to antique markets. People would be selling these random photographs of people and their family and things like that, and I would buy them, take them home, and then paint from them. One of the reasons I like doing that is because I feel like if I don't buy them, they're just gonna end up in the trash. And I feel like the reason they're at an antique market in the first place is because either someone didn't want them or that person that had them passed away and no one else wanted to take them. And that's just sad to me because I feel like it's pieces of people's families that are just lost now. So me taking them home and painting from them is kind of like a way for me to keep them alive. That sounds crazy. It's a little crazy, I don't know. A lot of my colors are just made up, especially with the found photographs, because they're pretty much all taken in black and white. So I just intuitively add colors to them. I also really like the idea of painting as getting to know someone or something. So for example, in these family photos that I've found, I don't know these people at all, period. But through looking at all of the photographs and painting them and really looking, I actually managed to piece together certain stories from not even knowing these people. And sometimes people even write notes on the back of their photographs and I'm like, my God, it's just so cool to me. I feel like painting is just a way for me to understand people that I either don't know or people that I just don't know that well. People who are a mystery to me and they don't really like sharing too much. Anyway, that's the short form version of my work and stuff like that. I just wanted to say kind of a quick thank you to anyone who has been engaging with my platform recently, because I do appreciate it and I know that everyone's time is really precious, and the fact that anyone would spend time watching some of my shorts or even this video, I feel like it's so nice. Anyway, I just wanted to say I appreciate your time, so thank you for being here. And also, that's going to be the end of this video. If you like this video, you know what to do, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!